Marin, my good
Susan? Is that you?
Great to see you, my friend. So many years have passed.
Years? Actually, less than a year. Just recently, you were here with your granddaughter, Kiara.
Kiana. Yes, here's the thing. Thanks to the time hexagon, I came to you from the future.
Oh, now I understand why you look, significantly more mature than at the time we last met. So, what happened that made you resort to time travel? And where did you get my hexagon?
I don't even know where to start. Fulner will kill you in the future, many years from now. Some dark force will take over him, and he will not be the Fulner we knew. However, after those events, Fulner will gradually regain his sanity and realize what he has done. He asked me to return here, so that together we could prevent him from turning to the dark side.
Mount Gall, save us. What dark force has affected him?
I don't know. He didn't specify. Actually, I couldn't ask, because I learned all this from Fulner's diaries, and he was already dead by that time.
About a month ago, I saw Fulner. He was, let's say, not very friendly. He was distant and cold. I decided that my friend was just having a bad day.
We need to go to him, quickly. Where does he live now?
After the death of his mother, Fulner moved to their family estate in Trilly Valley. It is far from here. If you remember, I have 2 dolmens in my yard. We moved one of them to the Bogro estate and fixed the portal bridge. So now we need to find a suitable runestone somewhere in the house. Then we can hit the road.
By the way, what's going on here?
Oh, sorry. I just painted the door, so you can't get through it. You can use the window. I was planning to remove it for renovation anyway. I had already started to take out the stained glass windows, but suddenly I realized that I needed some kind of tool to remove the frame from the opening. I couldn't find one and put it off. This is the sawmill. Here I saw boards for repairs.
I remember last time you hid the runestone in this pond.
Yes, I visualize it as a fish.
Well, you're right. This house could require some renovation. So, where's the runestone?
Honestly, I don't remember. But there is a... This is the machine for making rune stones. There already are all the necessary magical components. You just need to choose the right attachment with cutters to carve the right sign on the stone. These are the cutters that can be used to carve the desired symbol on the stone. I wouldn't advise you to carve on stone right away, because I don't remember which of the cutters will do. You need to try them on something else.
Fulner! It's us, Susan and Marin. Are you there?
It's strange. The dog is gone. It was always on a leash. Here he is.
He seems to be hungry.
Knowing Fulner, I can assume that he would have hidden the key in a haystack.
This barn was absent in my story about Fulner's youth.
Fulner completed it later, when he grew up. Where did he go? Look, Susan, we searched the entire estate and didn't find Fulner. There's one last way to find out where he is. You will explore the office for now, and I'll go somewhere else.
Let me guess. To the library.
I understand your sarcasm. Not the library, but the Academy. There is one artifact that would help us in our search. Don't worry. I will use the portals to return quickly. Here I am. I told you I'd make it in time. Did you manage to find anything useful in the office?
You bet. Look at this letter. It seems Fulner has another friend. A secret one.
Very curious. This secret stranger is for some reason turning Fulner against you and me.
This is dirty manipulation. Who is this bee? To what temple is he inviting our Fulner?
Unfortunately, I don't know all the temples in the Lost Lands. And I certainly don't know everyone whose name starts with B.
And how should we search further? There are no more clues. Oh, now the magic lantern of hunters, which shows tracks, that would come in handy.
We don't have the lantern, but we do have this. Do you recognize this ball?
Is that the thing that shows us what it saw last?
The See Remember Stone. Using this ball, we would find out what Fulner did the last time when he was here.
If my memory serves me right, the stone has to see something before it can show it.
You are right, as always. But we have a dog who probably saw Fulner before he left. I will try to transfer the dog's memories into the See Remember Stone and play them.
Is that even possible?
Let's check it now.
We can feed the dog. Marin, we need fire.
Oh, Susan, I taught you so many times. Come on, do it yourself again. There you go. Good job. I knew you could do it.
Hey, doggy! Come on! Come here! Oh, poor boy, you're hungry.
Don't be afraid, buddy. It doesn't hurt. Choo Jin Fan for doctor.
Well? What? Did it work?
If Fulner let the dog off the chain, then he had no plans to return. That's worrying.
Where did he go? What temple is there in that direction?
I don't know. However, we can just go in the same direction. If we're lucky, we'll find a new lead.
Marin, we've been walking for so long, but there's no sign of Fulner. Could we have chosen the wrong direction?
Oh, look. There's some kind of building ahead. Let's try to figure out something there.
Another note from this mysterious bee.
It looks like he's pointing to a specific place.
Look! Those are Fulner's glasses. It looks like he stopped here for a rest. Wow, what an incredible sight.
Look, there's someone on the balcony.
Good evening, mister.
If you're going to go through the gorge, then you picked the wrong day. We've had an accident.
Who's in charge here?
Our foreman is on the crest of the dam.
Can we use the freight elevator and go up to the foreman?
You can, but not now. I have to load a whole list of materials and tools to the elevator. And And most importantly, the sandbags that got stuck somewhere in the forest.
Yes, we saw them along the way.
Listen, we're short of hands here. If you can bring those bags down here, I'll lift you up with them. Keep the key to the toolbox. Maybe you'll find something useful in it. You did it! Excellent! There's just a little bit left. Catch another key for the box near the elevator. You'll find a list of everything you need to collect for the elevator in this box.
I can't believe my eyes. Porco!
Hello, Susan the War Maiden. How many years have we not seen each other? Marin, you are here too, old mage.
Porco, I always recognize you among all the beaverlings.
But the last time we sat...
Was it the story when Folner delivered me wounded to the Druid village? I still owe him for that.
Don't get me wrong, but if you two are here, then some troubles are following you.
This time, we're following them. It's all about Folner.
Porco, do you know of a certain temple that may be in this area?
Actually, I'm not a local. I don't know much about this area.
What actually happened?
An explosion occurred somewhere at the base of the dam during the last night. It took the dam quite violently and caused the upper part to collapse. Now the water is flowing into the valley, and our task is to stop it somehow. Right now, my crane operator Ronnie and I are working here. The other beaverlings haven't arrived yet.
Is there anything we can do?
Actually, yes. We have all the materials to plug the gap. We need someone to manage the process from below. I have special signal flags, but there is a problem. They are old, and the paint on them is faded. You need to restore the flag.
Give me the bags!
Excellent! We managed to stop the water flow, more or less. Thanks, friends. When the rest of the beaverlings...
It looks like some kind of secret door.
I think they needed the explosion to get to the door.
And most likely, Fulner was the bomber. The tunnel is flooded. What should we do?
I can stay underwater for a long time. Let's find out how long this tunnel is. There's a long and deep corridor. It's all flooded with water. You can't just swim through. However, there is some kind of temple room at the end of the corridor, and it is not flooded.
We'll need a potion of underwater breathing. I happen to have a recipe for this potion at home.